Hi there and welcome back to our channel, our little French dream and big journey. My name is Sally Ann and my husband's name is Andy. He's at work at the moment, which everybody knows is no surprise there. So, in our last video, we did advise the good news that the house offer had been accepted. We also advised that, I advised that we'd applied for the ACRO certificate. I had done the wrong one, so it's not free. It is going to be £55 each, so I will be applying for that shortly. There are certain documents that need to go with it. So I did tell you incorrectly on that one, and it is going to cost us, it's £110 for us both. I have done the business plan, which we spoke about, and I've converted that into French along with the finances and the CVs. Used Depop for that. I think it was about £75 for the year. You can convert 5 documents per month, so I think we've got one more left that we can use. We spoke about the Ministère de l'Intérieur website being down, still down. But it's not actually down. What's wrong with it is there is a bug in the system which doesn't allow you to progress your application, and it doesn't matter how many times we go over the same information, who we've contacted. I've been on the phone trying to speak French, I've sent emails, everything. That is not moving at the moment. So it's a little bit of a cause for concern, but I'm not the only person in the same situation. And it seems to relate purposely to the kind of visa application that we needed the business plan to be approved for. So that's got to be done. We still haven't appointed the notary because we are waiting for some of the documents back from the estate agent. So yes, although we found somebody who does speak English that we are looking to use, we've got some of the diagnostics back, but not all of them. And I also need to ensure that before we progress any further, that the estate agents have a favourable response to their application for the CU, which is the conversion from, the barns into a habitable human space. Without that, there's no point in moving forward. The other thing we spoke about was moving sites to a winter pitch. So we have unpacked. The moving has cost us a little bit more than what we wanted to. We thought it would be a straightforward swap, but the TV aerial doesn't work as well because of too many trees around. So we have had to pay for a new aerial. That was just over £60. Being on permanent water supply is good, but we did need a new float. That was an extra £20. And the site facilities here are pretty poor, to say the least. So, besides doing the washing elsewhere, and we could do the drying elsewhere, but that would be an extra £25 to £30 a week. We've brought an air dryer instead to put in the awning. So I still have to do the washing, which I can do here, £3 a load, so that's not too bad. And the air dryer itself was about £55. So it has put the cost up a little bit of moving, but not too much. I just need to keep an eye on that. One of the other things that we spoke about, or that I was still to finalise, was the weight cost of the vehicle to take over. However, the process of registering a vehicle in France has changed, or is in the process of changing. It appears that despite a V5C certificate having the appropriate details on, that nearly every person now is being asked for their European Certificate of Conformity, which is actually another 2 to 250 in terms of euros to get that. And it's not being sent out as quick as what the websites are stating. People are waiting for several months rather than just a week to get that back. It appears as well that there's still the need for a drill inspection, which may result in additional changes to the car with the lights, those kind of things. So I will put a link in the comments to the Facebook site of somebody who's going to produce a new idiot's guide to the process. So I'm going to have to review that, I would say, around about November time, when a few more people have given their experience to him, so that he can write out exactly what is happening and exactly what the estimated cost would be. The only thing I can say on that is because we've owned the car as long as what we have, that there will not be the initial import duty, which is about 33% of the car. So that is one saving grace. Okay, so what next? Hopefully, the Ministry de l'Interior will sort their website out. We have set up a group on Facebook where people can put what they've done, who they've contacted, what has been advised, so that when one of us gets a working system and their business plan can go on the planned route, we can let everybody know. We do need to report that note here. I do need, and I will be doing this later on today, I need to find out more information about how we purchase a house on Tontine. It's something to do with if anything happened to one of us, what would happen to the house. It's so different to the UK. You can't choose what to do if you don't buy on Tontine. It's a case of their system is their system. So we'll need to look at that in greater detail. Hopefully we'll get the last diagnostics, which is actually just about the septic tank. We roughly know where it is. We know that it probably won't conform just because they can't actually pinpoint where it is. So we'll need to have a little bit of digging when we get out there, and then bring Spank back in and hopefully get that sorted. We need to sign the preliminary contract, which will only be on the conditions that we've set. We haven't heard anything about that yet. We haven't been asked for the deposit yet. Nothing has been done. However, at the point where we are okay with the preliminary contract, whether we sign it in person or whether we get a court translator to do it for us with those clauses in, I think that's the point where the hubby will need to hand his notice in. So that's where we are right now. So things are moving very slowly, quite frustratingly slowly. But again, there's very little that it seems that we can do from this side at the moment. So if you still enjoy watching the videos, which I hope you do, if you could hit like and subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. I am going to put into the comments details of the Ministry de l'Interior, so that if anybody else does have the same issues with the visa profession libérale, I'll also put in the translation details so that if people do want to send their documents over, they have an option as to a good system. I did try it in Word. There is a translation button in Word. However, it's so very different to what's in Depot. And once I'd done that, I then checked certain phrases within the document just to make sure which one I was more happy with. And unfortunately, Word was not it. I will also put in details of an official translator who is assigned to the courts in France, so that if you do need documents converting, like birth certificates, those kind of things, then you do have a point of contact. I will also put the Facebook link in to the vehicle registration process, and also the correct ACRO, so that's all going to be in the comment section. So thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again soon, and it is a case of watch this space. I really hope that by next time we'll have a better idea as to what the timeline and time frame will now be, so that we can get on with that last bit. Everything's in storage, we're paying for that, the whole bundle. Okay, so once again, thanks for watching.